Hey, welcome back, my friends. On this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of painting on the inside. We're going to paint the kitchen and the living room wall that I had textured, and it's just going to require just a really light sand, and I'm going to get some paint put on it. I'm going to go search out and see what I have laying around that's good and that'll work. That might be the proper color, and get that put on there. Then I'm going to move on to the roof. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the sheeting on the roof. And to do that, it's going to require me to put some trim around the edges and, get it ready for all the rest of the trim and the metal flashings that have to go onto it. So yeah, I'm going to put some plywood on the roof next too. So this should be getting interesting on this episode. I'll see you in a minute. Well, I found this old can of Behr paint and primer in one. It's their Premium Plus. It's a good paint. And I opened it up and stirred it, and there's the color right there. It's called Beach White. So I went ahead, opened that up, and painted the inside of the little mini home. I went ahead and sanded everything down just really lightly with a pad, just to knock any bumps off. And I'll show you what it looks like now. There's the kitchen. I didn't worry about up here too much because I knew the cabinet was going in here. I just put a coat on there just to keep it happy. And here's the living room area, or the other part of the kitchen and the living room area. It's so light, I don't know if you can see the texture or not, but it came out really good. I'm happy with it. We're getting some strange light here from the building up there. The upper wall lights on the building are kind of making this look a little funny, but it all came out pretty good. That stuff on the floor there was just sheetrock mud, but it really doesn't matter because you can see those tiles are peeling up on the corners and stuff anyway, so that all has to be redone. But hey, I tried, and this came out pretty good, I think. Now that I have the skylight area all figured out, I'm going to go ahead and start putting roof sheeting on this now. And once I do that, then I'll come back in here and I'll start putting all the cabinets in and stuff. But I really want to get that roof sheeting up before I go too much further in here. And I think this is going to be cool. Well, there's that coal wood I bought from Home Depot, and I'm starting to use it up now. I took one of those 1x6 pre-finished, pre-primed fascia boards, and I cut it in half here. So got a really nice little pre-painted board here. Well, I took the other half, I put it up there. So I got one of my pieces of trim there. This wall doesn't look so big and blank now. There'll be trim board coming down to it too, and around the back side of the building. And I had to get this up first because of my roof sheeting is going to overhang it. Then there's going to be a metal flashing, a drip flashing put over it. So you won't see most of it, but hey, it had to be there. I had to get it on there first before I started it on the plywood flashing. On the plywood sheeting. And I was contemplating on whether to use, way back there's a stack of 7 sheets of OSB, but they're used and the corners kind of got beat on them a little bit. And my intention was to use that up here because they're a little bit thicker than my plywood, and I thought they would probably be stronger. But I'm going to have to be trimming corners and hodgepodge in it, and I know this is the hodgepodge lodge, but I don't want to hodgepodge unless I have to. So I've got some plywood over here, so I decided I would dig this plywood out right here. I've got 6 sheets of 1/2-inch plywood right here. So I'm going to take these, and there's another sheet way back there in the corner over there leaning against the wall. So yeah, I think I'm going to be, they're right on top here where I can grab them too. So And there's where I'll be working on, right where I have the door. So it'll be easy to get over there. I think this is the way to go. It'll be easier on me, and I think it'll be a nicer job. So I need to pack this stuff away and get to cut. Well, I got the roof sheeting up there. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm not as young as I used to be. That was some work for me. I'll show you the inside. There's the eave. There it is on the inside. So I still need to get up here and poke me some holes in these corners here, then mark it from the outside from hole to hole, then cut this out. Then I'll have my hole here for the skylight. Then I have to build me another 2x4 frame like this one, and put it on the outside of the sheeting out there. Then I'll start putting like my rolled felt on there and get ready for my shingles. And gotta do this side still, and I am not looking forward to it. I kind of popped my shoulder when I was dragging that big one up there. That big guy right there, the full sheet. Yeah. Made my arm go numb a little bit. So I'm gonna just stop for the day and recuperate a little bit. And I still got to get up here and build these little short walls right here in between they go up in here. Probably a short wall right about here and here, and then that way you just have this doorway right here to get in on the little ladder I'm going to build for this. And once I get this sheeting on, I think I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to put all the trim around the edges here in pine. I'm going to mount my cabinets over here. I'm going to mount this cabinet, put this one over here, the big cabinet for the stove. And I can put my plugs in these areas and kind of finish this edge up, you know. I'm going to put my window trim in, my sills. I'm going to do all this in pine down here, all around these windows, and over here and over here. Then I'm going to move up there to build those walls, and yeah, I think after that we'll move on to the bathroom. And after the bathroom, maybe get this new flooring put in here to replace this stuff. And we're probably going to have to go in and finish all the rest of the wiring in here too, hook all the plugs in and set the toilet. Then I have to crawl under and hook up all that, the drain plumbing in it. The water plumbing is in the floor. It's in all the insulation in the floor, so it's protected. But I still have to do all the drain plumbing still too. I got to do a little bit of interior plumbing here for the sink too. These stubs will have to be stubbed in. And I have to stub in over here to the water heater, which is going to be sitting right there in a pan. That's the access door. Yeah, there's lots of stuff to do still, but it's moving right along. Okay guys, I've cleared me a path here. Moved all that stuff over here. That's where all the garage sale stuff is now. And I'm going to go ahead and move this. I've got all unblocked underneath it. I'm going to move it outside so I can get the roof sheeting up on this side. I've got it on this side, but I don't have enough room on this side. So after the roof sheeting goes on, I'm going to go ahead and roof it. Show you what I've got over here. I've got some rolled roofing for the high part on the back because it's almost flat, and I've got these shingles here, and they're really nice shingles. They're the presidential style shingles, and there's some roof patch and cement, and there's my roof caps there. And there's my 15-pound felt I'm going to be putting under it. So it's going to get rolled roofing on the high part, on the loft area, and the 12 foot of peaked roof I have here is going to get these presidential shingles right here. So, and they're called weathered cedar, so they should look pretty good. They'll look really good with the color combination I chose for this, and I'll share that with you at a later date when I have it all here and we can explore how many colors I'm going to put on this. All right. Well, I go in ahead and hooked onto it with a forklift there, and I moved it to the back end of the shop. So I'm ready to go out that door and do the roofing tomorrow. And this was a big cleanup in here today. And I brought the bus around and parked it in the front. So the bus is sitting where the mini house used to be. And I got to take my lights down, move them over here. Yeah, this is going to get interesting. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, the answer to the big question. Will it fit out the door? We're going to find out. I got my son up there, Daniel. I recruited some help. Finishing off the eaves that I couldn't reach last time. This really worked out well. Well, I got the hole cut for the skylight. Yeah, I got the skylight made. I got it in the shop here. I found some 2x4s around here. Yeah, they look kind of old, kind of gray. But look at the end cuts. They're perfectly good. Look at that. That's good old fir there. That's number one fir. But anyway, I drilled these in at an angle and got all the screws ready to go in. And I'll set it into place. I'll run these screws into the other 2x4s. And that should hold it real good. And I built that just slightly smaller than the other one. I've got it. There's my kitty. But I did test fit it. And it fits good. So that's what I'm going to end up with right there. I've got some 3-inch flashing that's going to go here. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and put the sheeting on the roof. Then I'm going to put the 3-inch flashing on it. Then after that, it's going to end up getting the shingles. And I think that's going to be good. There's what it looks like from the inside. I'm really happy the way this came out. I have to really thank my son Daniel for coming to help me. I was procrastinating because of the trouble I had putting on this side over here. And we kind of figured out how to do it by using the forklift and that old lift that I had made years ago. And worked out pretty good. So next I'm going to have to put me some plywood up here, get my eave trim on both sides. I'm going to have to figure out my overhang and the trim border for that. And I got to put my trim boards out here too, right out here on this edge. Then I'm going to end up boxing this eave in and using tongue and groove going up this, so it'll look really nice. Yeah. Well, we're having a really, really weird couple days here. As you can see outside here, out here, see, sun shining, and it's unnaturally warm. It's like there's a little bit of a warm tropicalness to the air. Humidity is down a little bit, and it's just really super hot. And you get up on the roof, and it's really hot up there. Look, you can see my face is red right now. So I'm going to call it into this video. Next one, we'll continue on here. We'll get that skylight put on, the curb for the skylight, and I'll start putting the wood up there on the upper part of the loft, on the sheeting on the ceiling up there. I mean on the roof. And I'm blabbering again. So thank you guys for watching. Now we'll see you on the next episode. Okay, bye bye.